I got a FaceTime from my dad the other day.
So your dad FaceTimed you?
Yeah, from Sri Lanka.
Well, you got a FaceTime?
Yeah, I got FaceTime.
Okay, you got FaceTimed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Hey, just get on with your story.
Okay. And he was just chatting rubbish as he usually does. At one point, he was like, I'm going to censor myself a little bit here. What's that boy's problem with Vijay? And I was like, what? Who? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, what's that boy that you talk to? What's his problem with Vijay? I was like, oh, gosh.
He doesn't know who I am. He's seen me when
he like, every other time I speak to him, he talks about the podcast.
Oh, okay.
But he felt like, because I don't know why, he must have not understood what we were talking about.
Right, okay.
But he felt personally slighted.
Right, okay.
By the fact that you had stuff to say about one of his favourite actors.
I had nothing but good stuff, didn't I?
I'm aware.
Yeah.
He somehow misconstrued it, though.
Okay.
So listen, if you guys are ever insulted, I'm speaking directly to you, Abba.
Mr. Silversealing.
If you're ever insulted by what we're saying here, don't mean it. It's all in jest, okay? Yeah?
I rate him. He's a great actor.
He loves it. He
Mr.
loved
VJ. We
Popeye.
named our episode after him.
Exactly. And my mum, every time I come here, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do the podcast today with Johnny. And she's like, podcasts? And I was like, yeah. She's like, why has it got a Tamil name? Podcast in Tamil means gold coin.
Wow.
So she thought I was coming here and it was called a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
She thought there was like some fortune stuff.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
it,
yeah.
like
She thought we were going to
potluck
make
type
it
thing.
happen.
Jeez.
Listen, guys, subscribe and follow, okay? We're trying to make some
Please.
podcastical here.
For his mum, at least. Right, let's do it.
This is the GrassTooth podcast.
Just want to do a quick RIP.
Rest in power.
Rest in power. Very big name in the film industry. Passed away today, literally. Checked on my phone. Shelley DUVALL.
I saw her on my news. I'm not familiar with her work, but she looks pretty big.
Yeah. Wendy from The Shining is probably her biggest role that people mostly know her from.
Oh, is she the one screaming when...
Yeah, with the baseball bat, trying to stop Jack Nicholson, trying to get her. But like her collaborations with Robert Altman, that's like where I really found out that like how great she was as an actress. Three Women, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's one of my favorite films with her in it. She's also got a little cameo in McCabe and Mrs. Miller, but check those out. And R.I.P. Shelley.
Apparently she had to go through therapy because of that scene. Because it happened so many times.
There's a lot of like
stories
and talks about it and like about whether that is true or not. It did seem like she wasn't in a great place. And I don't think Stanley was helping. But
Stanley.
apparently they're all right.
Okay.
From what I've heard. But I've heard a lot about it because I love Stanley. Even though he doesn't come off great in the story.
Respect. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Talking about respect, though, there is someone we need to respect.
There is.
Right? And it pains me to say this because...
Oh, sorry.
You're about to say Keir...
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. He's even more powerful than Keir Starmer. I just want to say...
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you didn't say anything?
No.
Lamine Yamal.
What did you say?
Lamine Yamal.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's a young lad from Espanyol.
Espanyol, yes.
A young 16, almost 17-year-old.
This guy's 16 years old.
I watched him in action. It was a great match. Spain versus France, where he did that amazing shot, right?
Spain versus France. But let me just give you some facts around this young kid, all right?
Okay.
He's born in 2007. That's when we started school.
Nice.
Let me just remind you.
Why you...
Let me just remind you
Listen,
of that.
guys, I'm 22 years old.
And I'm 18. I'm only 2 years older than him. This guy's 16 years of age. Let me give you some facts. He starts for Barcelona, one of the most well-known teams in the world. He's the youngest player ever.
He starts, doesn't he? He's in the starting 11.
He's a starting 11 for Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
Week in, week out. He's played 38 games this season for Barcelona. He's the youngest player to ever feature, let alone score, in a men's Euros tournament in history. And obviously, as you mentioned, he scored an absolute banger against France. That is a world-class goal. In fact, this guy's so young that Spain might actually get fined for making him play past a certain time because of because they might be breaking German labor laws. So this is how crazy he is. He's that young. Just before this tournament, he passed the Spanish equivalent of GCSEs, which he was studying for. So still a school kid, technically. And he is playing in the Euros final this Sunday. I think when this episode comes out, we will find out who the victor is for that match. But for now, he's in that final, and he probably is most likely going to win that. So it's kind of crazy at 16 winning potentially
it's kind of treason,
a Euros
but we'll
final.
skip over that.
It is treason, yeah, but it is what it is. Just to top it off, this is the sort of the cherry on the cake, right? We recently found out that he was actually blessed by the GOAT himself.
The GOAT?
The GOAT himself.
Okay, fine.
Lionel Messi. In 2007, when there was a picture of Messi bathing baby Yamal for a calendar photo shoot at Barcelona FC. So this is his history until now. 16 years of life. What were you doing at 16?
Me?
Yeah, what were you doing at 16?
I had exams, right? Everyone had exams.
Everyone exams, yeah.
16, it's like exam time, right?
Right, okay.
But I wasn't studying for those exams.
Yeah, of course you were.
I was watching movies. Yeah, because that was my life. That was what that's what I was doing my research in, you know? And I also discovered that I could eat a whole box of Fabs, you know Fab the ice cream? On a bus journey from our school to like 20 minutes down the road. I could finish a whole pack of Fabs.
That's really impressive.
Tell your Mal to do that and then I'll be impressed.
Your Mal, the levels over here, bro.
Huh?
All right, first person in history to do that. Are Fabs the one with the sprinkles at the top?
Yeah.
Banging. Absolutely banging.
A box has it's either 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Demolished.
A whole box.
Whole box. Do not mess, okay? Sorry, I got a bit carried away.
Hey, no, that's actually a massive achievement.
Yeah, you appreciate the passion.
I've got 2 memories that aren't as positive as that.
All right.
But I think they character building.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space, but it's character building. I think that's probably the best term to describe it. Firstly, I was forced to go to a lunchtime gym class at school. I was enforced by the school to do this legally because I was too overweight. So that was happening.
I was there as well. Were you there?
I was there, yeah. I think they had separate sessions, but I was there.
Oh, okay, you might have been the other side. Okay, fine.
I was there.
Like every term or half term, they'd make us do the bleep test.
That's the one.
Once you pass, I never passed the bleep test.
No. I think I might have passed it right at the end.
Right,
I was the happiest I've ever been. I mean, it's not the same as scoring a goal against France, you know, in the Euros. I mean, to be honest, that's light work, right? Anyone can do that. Like, come on, Yamal, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyone can do that. The other was I remember crying profusely because I got a D in my biology mock exam. And I was, when I was going home, I was in fear that my parents were gonna smite me. So that was what I was doing at 16.
Thankfully, he wasn't smoked. He's still here with us.
I'm still here, so I'm still alive, which is a great achievement.
Yamal, what's your GCSE saying? I want to see your report card.
I think he passed it with flying colours, but there must be something wrong with you, man. There must be. Right, you can't be that good at everything. But yeah, respect. Yeah, man, respect.
Speaking of respect,
I've already used that.
Okay,
you can't use that segue twice. Think of a different one now.
Speaking of things that happened this week.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, God.
Saved that.
Just
at the end
about
there.
saved
that at the end there.
I binged the 3rd season of The Bear.
Not the beer.
Not the beer.
The bear.
Oh, sorry.
The bear.
The bear.
Not the beer.
The bear. The bear.
Yes.
I watched it.
What do you think? Because you're a big fan of
I
the first 2
was
seasons.
a huge fan of the first 2 seasons, and there were many moments in the 3rd season where I was like, "Oh, this is such good TV." I don't feel like it quite reached the heights of the first 2 seasons, and it kind of felt like a bit of a what's the word? There was a bit of stagnation. It didn't get to those high level moments that the first 2 seasons.
Right. Okay.
And it feels like it's on a low simmer. Yeah?
That's really good. That's really good. That's good. Because it's a cooking show, guys. Just in case you didn't know. That's really good.
But I
Medium heat.
I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to where it goes next. I'd highly recommend it. Check it out.
But talking about that stagnation, I think we had this conversation before about TV shows. Is that not when it's normally or typically gets a bit stagnated? Because like, you've had the first 2 seasons, which are impact seasons. I can name you a handful of shows that I like that, where the first 2 seasons, because it's a brand new show, there's a lot of creativity, there's a lot of ideas in that, it bangs and it hits. And then like the 3rd and 4th and 5th, it starts to slow down a bit. Is that not? Do you not think
Personally,
that's
I feel
happening?
like there's like a split. This is the difference between a good and a great TV show. Great TV shows have a vision.
Okay.
They know where they're going, and they know how to build things up to that.
Right. Okay.
Whereas I think good ones, they start off with a good idea, and once they've run out of that idea, they don't know where to go next, and it starts meandering.
Ah.
Yeah.
And where do you think this one sits?
I think The Bear is got the potential to be a great show for sure. I think I feel like they know where they're going. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
You need to be a visionary.
Yes, you do. Think of the vision, see it, and seize it.
Season it.
Because it's a cooking show. Oh my gosh. I watched a documentary, but I feel like I'm underprepared to talk about it because a lot happened in the documentary.
Okay, what is it about?
It's called Tell Them You Love Me.
Tell Them You Love Me.
Yeah. So it's a documentary. I watched it on Now TV. I think it might be on Netflix too.
Okay.
It's a strange thing. I don't even know how much I can say about it because it's one of those like true crime kind of things.
Oh, so
where,
the question I was gonna ask was, is it a true crime?
Yeah,
Because
but it's not like the standard kind of, oh, someone is dead.
Right,
How did
okay.
this happen? Blah, blah, blah. It's more about,
Can you give us a sort of a summary or a brief synopsis of what it's about? Or
So there's a young man who,
is he called Yamal?
he's not.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were actually going to come up with his name. I can't actually remember his name right now. But there's a young man
Yamal.
who has cerebral palsy
Oh, okay.
and can't like move or speak properly. And there's questions about where he's at, like mentally.
Oh, right. In his state of life.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because of the fact that he can't like communicate or move properly, like he's looked after, but no one really knows what's going on in his
Right.
head.
Okay. Okay.
Along comes this like philosophy type professor at this university who explains this completely new technology where people in this state can communicate by using pretty much a keyboard.
Is he wheelchair bound or?
No, he's not wheelchair bound.
Okay.
And so basically this young man, with the assistance of this technology, is able to communicate.
Right. Okay.
And then this philosophy professor and this young man develop
Feelings.
feelings.
Mm.
Now, where things get a bit spicy is this technology is highly questioned. We're not sure
Right.
how much of the communication is him and how much of it is her.
Oh,
Do you
that is a
understand?
bit naughty. That.
It's like really well told. It's a very interesting case. I would recommend it if you like ethics and stuff like
I
that.
do like ethics. Yeah.
I'd highly recommend Tell Them
Morality.
You Love Me. It was a great watch.
Damn. Okay, that's definitely on my
Yeah.
watch list. That sounds super interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe I should adopt that technology and we can use it on you. Maybe.
I'm literally talking to you
No,
right
but
now.
sometimes I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're feeling inside deeply.
I feel the same way about you, actually. I was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know you.
I know you, but I don't know if I know you like I know you.
Ooh. Now it's time for the glass truth.
The Glass Truth. Making sense of nonsense.
This is the glass truth. Know thyself. Okay? That is the way to heaven. And that is also the way to the glass truth. If you want to find out the truth, know yourself first. Look inwards before you look out. Yoni, have you been looking inwards lately?
I've been looking inwards. I've been looking outwards, leftwards, sidewards, downwards.
What have you got for us?
A few glass truths ago, you brought in the topic of obsolete words. Words that just no longer exist in our vocabulary. No one says anything. A few highlights being kaglaf, was something that we're gonna bring back. We're gonna bring back Kaglath.
Apricity, my favorite.
Apricity was really nice. For me, it was Kaglath. Right? We're gonna go the opposite way.
Oh.
We're gonna go with contemporary words.
Right.
All
Wait,
right?
you're gonna give me a G check on the podcast? Is that what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna give you a Z check. Gen Z check.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I didn't know that was that new slang?
We're
No one's
talking
told me.
contemporary words here, okay? Yeah, we're going Gen Z. We're even filtering to Gen Alpha, maybe. New kids on the block. That's what we're doing, okay? So the article I came across was, brain rot is a new language trend taking over Gen Z, right? Do you know what brain rot is? What the term brain rot is?
I know the gist of it.
Give me the gist.
It's basically being exposed to like the internet and being online so much that your brain's basically rotting from the inside out.
I mean, he's nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it on the brain.
I look through Urban Dictionary as much as I do Collins Dictionary, okay? Merriam-Webster, more like... Okay, that's what...
What about the Oxford Dictionary?
No, we don't
Cambridge
do
one?
Oxford. Cambridge and Oxford.
Cambridge and Oxford. He's right. That's exactly what brain rot means. And I think, obviously, we had a brief chat before about the permanence and the durability of words, right? Before. Or like, words, internet slang. So I think we grew up at a time, tell me if you disagree, but I think we grew up at a time where the word lol was introduced, right? Was it through this kind of Skype days?
I think
Skype and
I was about when LOL stopped being an online like type thing. Being said out loud.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so I think we were around that time. God,
Yeah.
that sounds kind of old, isn't it? But
LOL.
feels like LOL's just been around for a while. But we were there, I think, when it started. Like we were maybe not pioneers.
We
of
might
LOL,
have
but
been one of the few that brought it into real life.
Yeah.
And
That's what
I'm
I
sorry
think.
for what we did.
It's all good. That's what we do. All right. Apparently the words, I don't know if you know this, apparently the words yeet and metaverse are now included in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So who knows what the next word is
I feel
going to
like
be.
Merriam-Webster kind of lets anything in.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll let the GrassTooth in soon, right?
What would be our definition? What would be our definition?
Just two twats on a podcast. That's what that's what the GrassTooth means. We're gonna be inspirational for future podcasters. However, that's not that's just the article to sort of introduce it, right? The main juicy part of the GlassTruth, sorry, is going to be a test.
Of course. I saw it coming.
Yeah, of course you did.
I'm ready this time. All right.
I'm going to say some new words, new phrases, internet slang, whatever. There's a variety, right? I want you to tell me if it's millennial language or if it's Gen Z language.
Okay.
Okay. And this is according to articles from Parade and Best Life. So this is where I got it from.
Thank you, Parade and Best
Okay?
Life.
You guys live your best lives. Okay. So yeah, cool. I just want you to decipher if they're from our era, because us two are, I don't know if you can tell, but we're...
Are we? This is a question I ask myself a lot.
Right. I think we are
I think
millennials.
Bruh.
What are we then?
I think we're the lost years, bro. We're on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z.
We're yeah, for sure. We're on that line. But I think we
You think we're just
filter in.
about-
I think we just filter
Bro,
in.
I feel like you're Gen Z.
No, so I checked this up. My year of birth is the last year that is considered millennials.
Nah, man, they're shifting the goalposts.
think?
When I checked it,
You think?
like, it was my year.
So you think you're millennial? You're definitely
No,
millennial.
I'm lost yet, bro. There's a little time in between where that
Right.
change happened.
So we're interim.
We're the pioneers.
We're in our own space.
Yeah, I'm in
know
my
what I mean?
space, bro.
Let's just say we're millennials for now, though. All right.
I'm not.
We're
I
deciphering
disagree.
between millennials and Gen Zs. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me where these are from.
Okay.
Which era?
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Definitely millennial.
How sure are you?
I feel like sorry, not sorry. I remember it from like the playgrounds from primary school.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, your school was saying those sort of things.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Because a lot of people were hurting me, and then
Right,
I'll be
okay,
like,
okay.
but at least apologize, and they'll say
so
sorry.
you have some really
not sorry.
unapologetic friends.
Yeah,
That's
they
good
weren't
to-
my friends.
Oh, right. Bullies.
Yeah.
Cool. You're right. It is millennial language. Well done. Good start. Hopefully they get a bit harder. I don't know. I don't know if I don't want this to go too swimmingly.
Uh-huh.
All right. Goat.
Goat. Ooh.
Greatest of all time.
See, this is tough. I feel, when did GOAT start?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I hope it's difficult.
I kind of feel like it's millennial because I think it's like a phrase that popped up around like the early 2000s, maybe.
What I want to say is like, there's a difference between you
When did
saying
it use?
it, but also when it actually came out.
When it became popular.
Because there's definitely words here which I don't think I really incorporated into my language until later, but they existed. Like even LOL, I wasn't using LOL for a while, but then everyone started using it and I was like, oh.
Okay, so when did it become popular?
What do they consider as part of Gen Z or millennial? Which one do you think it is?
Go maybe Gen Z. I think it was popularized kind of in the Gen Z era.
You think?
I think so.
Oh, you just about got it there. But you said millennials first,
Hey,
innit?
but you helped me out. You gave me a little.
That's what I do, bro. That's what I do, innit? I help because I am the GOAT. Simp.
Ooh. Again, I think simp was like one of the first times it was used. I feel like it was like a Outcast kind of song where they used it. I think they rhymed pimp with simp. Yeah, they definitely did. UGK, what's the song called? International Players Anthem. Great song. I think they used the word simp in it. That would make it a millennial word. But I think it was popularized kind of in like the early Drake era. Which
Did Drake say simp?
As in, Drake's music was known as like simp music.
Oh, I got you. You're right, actually, yeah.
So, but then would you categorize that as millennial? Because that would have been like 2010, 2011, 2012. Is that millennial or Gen Z then? Bro, like, okay, before we carry on with this.
Yeah, sure.
What year would they have to be popularized for it to be counted as like millennial or Gen Z?
Listen, you can direct those questions to Parade and Best Life.
Okay. I'm gonna simp. As in, like, people don't really say simp anymore. They haven't said simp in like
I said it the other day.
Good 7-8 years. I'm gonna say millennial.
Gen Z apparently. But I really like the way you go through the history of things. Really makes me feel like you're a historian. Are you a historian or?
No comment.
I really like it. I really like it. On fleek. On fleek.
I feel like on fleek became a thing maybe like around 2013, 14.
Ages ago.
When we started going into like, I think uni was like...
Was uni on fleek?
Yeah, uni was definitely on fleek. But this is why I'm asking. Like, we were the people who used it in 2013, 14, but 2013, 14 would be Gen Z years.
Would it actually?
But like, we were in then.
That's true.
This is ridiculous. But I'm going to say millennial. But like, this doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. Sorry.
Hey, you're correct. All right.
Fine.
Calm down. Okay?
I'm not okay.
Hey, you're correct. Okay. Well done. All right. No need to get too angry. Okay.
No, I just need to think about it.
Think about it long and hard. Next one.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Yeah, definitely Gen Z.
Well, that's wrong. Apparently it's millennials.
I
can't even. Do you not remember saying? I said that at uni a lot of times.
I can't even what?
I just can't even.
I feel like it's just a phrase.
I'm trying to. Yeah, it's a phrase.
But like, I don't remember being such a whiny.
What does I can't even mean?
I can't even like you basically.
You said it so naturally that you must have said it a few times.
It's basically
before.
You can't even express how you feel about the situation. So you leave it at I can't even. It's such a wonderfully created phrase. But I feel like it must. Maybe it was a millennial thing. I feel like people in the 90s weren't saying that.
They weren't saying that.
No.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Hits different.
Oh, that hits different.
That hits different.
Gen Z, definitely.
You think Gen Z's are hitting different?
Yeah.
You're correct.
Of course. Well slaps. That slaps. That's Gen Z as well.
Well, that goes my next one. Okay, next one. Pics or it didn't happen.
Pics or it didn't happen. Gen Z.
Give us some thought. Pics or it didn't happen.
Like, I remember when the phrase came about, and it was back when we would have used it and we would have found it funny.
But was it popular then though?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
But like, I wouldn't count that as millennial times. What is millennial years? You won't tell me this.
I don't wish to.
So basically, 2000 to 2010, is that millennial years?
I believe so, yeah.
And then 2010 to 2020, that's Gen Z years. And
is it not just more about when you're born?
But like, when are people using it?
It's not up to me, mate. It's not up to me. Maybe it's a blend of when you're born, but also when internet culture. Because like most of these terms are based on internet culture, no? They come out from Twitter,
it's like when
and YouTube and TikTok.
When was I 18? I was 18, 2013.
Because you could technically you could be a millennial, but you don't have a phone and you don't know anything about these sort of internet things that are coming around. So it just depends. This is just based on general.
What was the phrase?
General ideas. Pixar, it didn't happen.
Millennial.
Correct.
Okay, thanks for helping me out.
See, you're really overthinking things. You need to.
No, I said Gen Z first, and then you told me to think about it.
NPC.
Gen Z.
Do you know another thing?
No.
Okay, well done. That was Gen Z. That was quite new, innit? NPC is quite new. Yeah.
I feel like it's I can see the humor in it, but it's also kind of peak.
It's really peak, but I think there's so much. They're creative. NPC is super creative, bro. I love NPC.
No, like I think it like adds to this whole idea that a lot of people have this issue where they feel like they're like the main character, like main character syndrome, and by seeing someone as an NPC, it's like, this is my game, this is my world. You're not even a person,
right?
You're just something that I
interact
interact
bro.
with.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I feel like it's like messing up these like deluded narcissistic thoughts.
Do you think so?
But it's also a bit funny.
It's really funny, super funny. All right, we're just two NPCs for a lot of people. Everyone's an NPC.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
Catch these hands.
Ooh,
You're gonna catch these hands, bro.
Catch me outside. How about that?
If you don't shut your trap, you'll catch these hands.
Millennial.
It's Gen Z.
I was saying catch these hands out of the womb, bro.
What? As soon as you came out, to the doctor.
Yeah.
Catch these hands.
Bro.
And he's just trying to catch your umbilical cord, but you're trying to catch these.
Yeah, I was just punching him.
Hey, lastly. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Okay. As in, I'm aware this is a phrase that came out of the NWA movie, which was in reference, I believe, to the Friday series of films. So, like, the Friday series of films was definitely like a millennial thing. So there was like a resurgence in popularity. Is the NWA film like Gen Z? I don't even know if it was. Were Gen Z kids watching that? So I'm gonna say millennial.
And he's correct. So I think you did pretty well.
Thank you. I did decent. I did better than I did last time. I'll give myself that.
Give us some new ones. There's definitely a few out there which I missed for sure. So give us some recommendations. Give us some new terms that we can discuss.
Did you prefer the millennial phrases or the Gen Z?
I prefer Gen Z.
I told you he's Gen Z.
I feel like no, but it doesn't mean I am Gen Z. I feel like I prefer them.
Yeah, a Gen Z would.
Yeah, skibbity. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. See us in the next segment. Welcome to the GlassTooth, the final segment of the episode, of most episodes, and this time we're going back to a classic format. That is the top 5. It's summer now, all right? Good times, good vibes.
Doesn't feel like it with the weather recently, but
we had a little hint of sunshine at one point.
A little hint, bro. We're in July.
We're in the UK.
Yeah.
Summers don't hit the same.
England.
When they do, they're nice, but they're not the same.
But they're rare. They're rare.
So we thought we'd do a summary topic. And we're going back to our sweet teeth. GlassTooth, sweet tooth. Top 5 ice creams. That's what we're going to be looking at. Yeah? Have you got a list?
I do have a list,
For the world?
I do have a list,
Should we start off with our honourable mentions?
Do you want to start with yours? I'm keen to hear what you have to say.
How many have you got?
I've got 2.
Because last time I had an honourable mentions list. You gave me some stick for it.
Well, I mean, an honourable mentions list should only have a few, I think. It shouldn't have 15 different things on there. That's not right. That's just not right.
Did you say you've got...
I've got 2.
2. I've got 4.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Acceptable?
That's acceptable, I think, just
All
about.
Right. I'm going to give you a honourable mention right now, which is the ice cream that I'm vibing with.
Okay, it's not your top 5, though.
No, it's not in my top 5.
Okay.
And that is the Magnum Euphoria that came out in celebration of Kendrick's victory over Drake. It's not, but that's how I see it. Success is sweet, okay? And that Magnum hits nicely. Have you had it? It's very nice. It's got like a raspberry ice cream in the middle, and there's like popping candy on white chocolate outside.
Oh, wow.
Very nice ice cream, very summery.
The way Kendrick was popping Drake. Like, that's what they're doing.
That is exactly what they're
Damn.
doing. Another honorable mention. Oh, do you want to? Let me do two.
Just do yours, do yours.
All of them.
Just do all of yours.
Okay.
I'm keen to hear.
The Mama Son's Ube ice cream. I feel like it might feature on his list. I'm not sure. But Tamil Brethren, if you love your Rasa Veli Kulanga, go to Mama Son's. Try their Ube ice cream. It's great. And if you can, take some back home for your parents because they'll like it too.
For the fam.
For the fam. They also do the donuts, don't they? With the
They've got a variety of different things. Donuts,
Ube,
brownies.
Rasa Veli Kulanga flavored stuff.
Just go do it, guys.
Two more. The third one, the Humble Twister. I'm a huge fan of the Twister. I think it's got a good mix of the ice lolly aspect as well as the ice cream aspect. And it's tangy and sweet. It's lovely.
It's a classic.
Yeah. It's a very. It's like the first thing. If you want a quick treat sort of thing, Twister is the first thing you grab for me. And finally, the Exotic Solero. It's great. I believe it's mango and passion fruit. I think with an ice cream in the middle. Fantastic ice cream. It's a staple. And that's my honorable mentions. Thoughts?
Pretty solid.
Yeah, you're a fan?
Pretty solid. Yeah.
He a fan.
There's a few that I've missed, but that's pretty solid list.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thank
Very
you.
nice. Honorable mentions. I've got a couple.
I'm looking forward to hearing them.
The first one is more just for its nostalgia value, more just for because I grew up on it. Right? It's not amazing, but I just like sometimes I
Choc
crave
ice.
it. Got it straight out of my mouth. So one of them's choc ice. The other one is a very simple cornetto.
Classic,
bro. Classic cornetto. It's just I just love I'll find a cornetto here and there somewhere in the freezer. And I'll just munch it hard. Choc ice is just it's so budget, but it's just so good for me. I don't know why.
Did you ever get the choc ice with the blue wrapper at school?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. That vaguely.
It's like a very distinct blue wrapper. From
Yeah.
school.
Oh yeah. That's
classic.
That's what I've gone for.
Yeah.
As my honorable mentions. But
respectable.
This is a happy topic. We're talking about
Once again,
ice cream.
happy.
Just lovely ice cream.
Happy people. I feel like there'll be less fighting than in the cake one.
I think we deserve that, right? Like I think we've been fighting too much.
No, like pretty much almost every ice cream I'm a fan of. Like ice cream is one of my favorite things in the world. It's one of the pure delights in life. You know.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Hopefully there won't be any fighting unless he says some stupid shit. In fifth place, I've gone for Häagen-Dazs. That's my fifth place. There's a couple that I'm a fan of. Most notably, the one that's not my pick is the Bailey's Häagen-Dazs.
Oh,
that's a really nice,
that is nice
Christmas time ice cream. You know,
Yeah.
warm, comforting, got that little kick to it. It's nice. But my favorite Häagen-Dazs is the strawberry cheesecake.
Oh, that is
Häagen-Dazs.
nice.
I'm not a huge fan of like cheesecake on its own, like just cheesecake. But give me bits of cheesecake in something, I'm there.
In an ice cream.
In an ice cream as well. Fantastic. That's my fifth place.
Pretty solid.
Thank you.
Not bad. My number 5, fifth place. It's something that you've mentioned in your honorable mentions.
Mama Sons?
Nah, it's a Twister.
Okay.
Twister. They're fun.
Yeah.
As you said, like a good blend of lolly and ice cream. The flavor, my go-to flavor normally is the lemon and lime one, and I think there's a strawberry one as well, which I quite like. But yeah, I just love them, and I love the mini ones. I don't know why they're called mini because they're actually quite big in my opinion. Like the mini ones are quite big in size, right?
No, I think. Do you remember like Twisters back in the day? They used to be huge. I don't
Right.
know if I was small or if they were actually.
No,
huge.
but I'm still saying the mini one.
The mini one's not. No, you've just had like amnesia, cultural amnesia. I think the mini one is like the standard now.
You think?
But they used to be huge, bro. I remember when they were huge.
Right. Well, the mini one's still big, so don't call it mini, all right? Size is everything.
In fourth place is my Ben and Jerry's selection.
Okay.
Now, I'd like... Okay, so honorable mention for the Ben & Jerry's is the chocolate fudge brownie. Just hits. Like, I think it's
Classic.
one of the best, like, classic. There's bits of brownie in it as well. But there is a Ben & Jerry's that has been eluding me all my life, and I've been trying to find it. I feel like the one time I found it,
It just didn't hit? Or?
No, I just didn't buy it. I was just like, oh, it's here. And I was like, okay, next time I know.
Yeah.
The Chunky Monkey. Have you ever had the Chunky Monkey Ben & Jerry's?
I've never had it, but that sounds really nice.
It's like banana, bro.
Ooh.
Banana and chocolate.
Chunky Monkey, that sounds really nice.
But it's just nowhere here.
It's elusive.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it one day though, and we're gonna try it here when I do find it. Should we have a Chunky Monkey day?
I'd love a Chunky Monkey, yeah.
My Ben & Jerry's of choice though, I think it came about like near the end of uni, was the Netflix and chilled Ben & Jerry's. Have you had that one?
I've never had it.
What
does it involve?
Peanut butter mini cups in it, and bits of pretzel, and bits of brownie, and a chocolatey kind of ice cream. And it hits. It's like one of the best. Try it out if you haven't already. Best Ben & Jerry's for me. Except for maybe the Chunky. I feel like the Chunky Monkey might be it.
But you've never tried the Chunky
But I've
Monkey?
never tried it.
My number 4 is a Ben & Jerry's as well. Yeah. The problem is the 2 flavors he's mentioned just now sound really, really good. I've never tried it, so I didn't even know they existed. I think I've heard of the Netflix and chill one, but again, never tried it. Don't know what it's about. I think the first one I got into in terms of Ben & Jerry's is the cookie dough, but I think that's the basic one.
Yeah.
I quite like the caramel sutra one. That one is something I quite like.
Is that the one with the gooey stuff in the middle?
Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about it.
I like it. I love a bit of gooey stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got into what do you call it? Ben & Jerry's? I call it B&J. I got into B&J quite late in my. I got into B&J quite late in my life, probably like towards the end of uni. But as soon as I got my hands on it, it was just go time. Mr. Ben, Mr. Jerry, great work.
You haven't. Oh, have you like? What's your?
I told you,
pick?
Cookie dough and the caramel sutra.
The caramel sutra. It sounded like you were building up to another one.
Just caramel sutra.
Okay, fine. Apparently, one of them like can't taste or something, and that's why Ben & Jerry's has so much like texture to their ice cream.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Which is cool. I'm a huge fan of like texture in food.
Yeah.
Unless it's like an eggshell in your eggs, then no.
No, not that. But bro, Ben & Jerry's is just goated, man.
Yeah, Ben & Jerry's, great work. Number 3 is an ice cream that you've already mentioned. The original cornetto.
Come on.
It's so good. It's like everything you want, just in an ice cream form. I like the strawberry one as well. Not crazy about the mint one, but mint chocolate. We've already discussed this. I'm not a huge fan of that. But yeah, cornetto is just banging. It's like you can never say no. Like if you ask, oh, what ice creams have you got? It's almost like cornetto. You don't feel bad. You're not like, oh, I'm not really feeling that now. You're like, all right, yeah, cornetto. Go on then, lads.
Safe option.
Yeah,
give it to me
for sure. Shout out to Edgar Wright and the Cornetto trilogy. Shout out Hot Fuzz. Do your thing.
I love the the little chocolate tip at the bottom.
Everyone loves the chocolate tip.
Oh, I love that chocolate tip.
There's
so
like on there like cereals where it's just the chocolate tips.
tips.
Very good. What's your number? You on 3?
Yeah, my number 3. So again, something that you've said and you've mentioned. It's the Solera Exotic. It's passion fruit, mango. What else is there? Passion fruit, mango, pineapple, and peach. Apparently.
Your summer vibes, exotic fruits.
Summer vibes, but it's just I think it's more the construction of it, the structure of the ice cream, the sort of the syrupy layer outside, the ice cream and the swirls inside. Oh, it's just a marriage of joy and sweetness and ice cream and flavor and fruits and summer and just just love, just exotic.
Yeah, have you got enough adjectives in there?
I'm craving one right now, actually. Thinking about it.
I wouldn't mind a cornetto right now, to be honest.
A Solera Exotic right now. Oh.
We'll get one after the episode.
That's my number 3. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get one after, yeah.
Number 2. Now, we've gone super, super specific. There's a gelateria place that sells gelato called Badiani. Do you know Badiani?
I think I've heard of it. Sounds quite Indian.
It's not.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
It's gelato.
Okay.
It's literally Italian. Like, And they have a flavor there that won them like best flavor of the year
Crazy.
quite recently. And I had it and I fell in love.
Just before you say it,
Yeah.
is it the place that does funky flavors that you
No,
talked to me about?
not that one.
It's not that one.
I haven't been there yet, but I do want to go. Maybe we
Okay.
could do a
Okay.
GrassTooth
Trip. Little vlog, yeah.
That would be cool. But in second place, I've got La Dolce Vita from Badiani. Fantastic ice cream. If I had to explain it to you, do you know those Kinder like little bars? The ones that are like kind of segmented.
Yeah.
Imagine that just broken up and turned into like a very thick, luscious ice cream.
That sounds like the dream.
It's like just a cold, like gooey version of that bar.
That sounds beautiful.
Incredible ice cream. Check it out. Go there and check it out. Number 2 for me, for sure.
Oh, damn.
And also shout out to Federico Fellini, La Dolce Vita, which I guess that's where they got their name from.
Who is that?
It's a director, Italian film director.
Fair enough.
The name means the sweet life.
Is he a chocolatey guy?
Who, Fellini? Maybe, probably.
Okay, I'll check that one out. That one sounds banging.
Yeah, we'll get that.
My second one is again something that you mentioned. It's the good old Mamasons. Yeah, the Ube Belog ice cream sandwich. Yeah, you guys need to try it out. Just try it out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not even just the Belog. It's the other stuff they have. The brownies, the donuts.
Oh yeah, of course, Ube brownies. They were great.
The Hello. Now, Mamasons know what they're doing, man. I mean, they're pretty popular anywhere around London, but if you just haven't tried it, if you haven't heard of it or tried it, go there today.
For sure.
And do it.
Do it.
All right, we'll go to our numero unos.
Numero uno. I've gone for a flavor. This has been my favorite flavor of ice cream for like 15 years or maybe more. Pistachio ice cream. The GOAT. Kulfi form, gelato form, it's just fantastic. I had the pistachio ice cream from Italy.
Oh, okay.
Which is great. But most places, if it's a good ice cream place, sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are you crying?
If it's a good ice cream place and they have a pistachio flavor, it's just going to be good. It's so subtle and like the subtle nuttiness and like, gosh. Oh, also Badiani's do a great pistachio as well. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the pistachio, bro.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm not a fan of pistachio, unfortunately. So I know,
Why?
I know I'm not going to like that one.
Why?
Just don't like it.
Why?
Just don't like it.
What pistachio have you had?
I've had pistachio. I've had actual pistachios and I've had pistachio ice cream. Not a fan, unfortunately. But I can appreciate why people love it.
Well, how can you appreciate how people can love it if you don't like it?
Do you like football? But you can appreciate why people would love football.
No, I don't mind it.
Okay,
I enjoy playing it.
I didn't say I hate it. I didn't say I hate pistachio. I'm just not a big fan of it. It's not my go-to flavor.
What's your top? Do your top 5 nuts right now.
Huh?
Do top 5 nuts right now.
Can't just segue into multiple dimensions of top 5s. Like, that's just not how this works. All right, we stick with ice cream. If you want to do top 5 nuts, we'll do that next week. Okay, but for now, we'll stick to ice cream. Weirdly enough, though, my number 1 is something nutty. Yeah, it's the classic almond magnum. I like the white chocolate one as well. That's a good sort of second choice. But the almond magnum for me is just, it's goated. I just don't know why. I think it's the crunchiness. It's obviously the chocolate and the ice cream. It's the best. I'm not a big fan of nuts generally, but that is just one way you can shove multiple nuts down me. Give me an almond magnum. Put it in my mouth right now. I recognise that almond magnum didn't even make your honourable mentions.
It didn't. There's a reason for it.
Why is there a reason for it?
I've kind of fallen out of love with magnums recently.
And why is that?
I feel like the ratio of the outer casing to the inner chocolate isn't correct. I also feel like the inner chocolate isn't great. No, not the inner chocolate. The inner ice cream isn't great.
The ice cream quality is not that good.
Yeah.
So.
Like, if I was going to go for a magnum, it would probably be the almond one. But like, it's not for me. Like, it's not great.
What has made you come to that realization? Has it been through like? So are you saying like it used to be good before?
No. It's just I've my tastes have changed.
Oh.
Why? Why?
No. It's just
because you knew what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. I tried. But also, like, yeah, who puts almond magnum in first place, bro?
Almond Magnum is first. Almond Magnum is
over
first.
pistachio. Are you mad?
Are you crazy? You know pistachio. Not everyone loves pistachio. Okay, I know that's probably something quite hard to take for you.
Yeah.
Right, but not everyone loves pistachio.
Okay.
But I can appreciate it. I've tried. I went to Italy a few years ago, a number of years ago, and I've tried pistachio ice cream or gelato there.
Did you go to those places where they have like huge bulks of ice cream in like the boxes?
I think so.
Yeah. Apparently, you don't go to those places.
You go to the ones where it's covered.
Yeah. Do you see that woman from Italy explaining
Which
it?
one? No, I just heard it on the streets.
Oh, okay. Oh.
The streets of Italy told me that.
I saw a reel where it was a woman explaining which ice cream shops to go to. She's like, if you see something that's bright blue,
yeah,
don't go to that
Never
place.
go there.
Shit ice cream.
Really?
Like, wow. This is the kind of advice I need in life.
The one thing you can take from this podcast, right, is if you go to gelato places, make sure the ice cream's not out in the open, right? That's what she's saying. Make sure it's covered.
I feel like in Badioni is out in the open though. So.
How is it?
But it's good. Go. I like it. Other honorable mentions. There was this one ice cream, right? It was a company called Movenpick. I think they're based in Switzerland.
That sounds like a fintech company.
Fintech,
yeah.
And it was pretty incredible. It's just, I had it at a time, maybe I was like 12, 13 years old. That's when we were having Movenpick a lot. But then, like, we can't find it anywhere now. But it was good.
Movenpick.
Also, another honorable mention. Rio's ice cream. There's one in Lewisham. There's 2 in Sri Lanka. Their Kittle Nuts ice cream is great. I'll give you... We'll leave it on one story. Can I give you a little story about one of my ice cream adventures?
Sure.
When I was 4 years old,
How do you remember this?
I've been told the story many times.
Okay.
My sister bought a pack of Snickers ice creams.
Oh.
Yeah. And she put it in the freezer, and then she was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then she went to go and look for it, and it wasn't there. She was like, where's my ice cream? And she like walked around, and there was like a one wrapper just sitting on the floor. And she's like, what's this? And then she continued walking, another wrapper. I'd left a trail of ice cream wrappers, and then finally it was just me with the box, and I'd eaten all the ice creams, and I'd passed out. That's how much I love ice cream. Okay, from day one.
I forgot about the Snickers one. The Snickers one should have made my honorable mentions at least. But yeah,
the Bounty one's pretty good too.
Bounty one.
That's
shit.
the end of the episode.
Bounty one is shit.
Hey, follow us for more. Bounty.
Don't have the Bounty ice cream.
Is really good.
Don't have the Bounty one, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bounty ice cream.
No Bounty ice cream.
Bounty. Bounty.
No Bounty.